Alright, hello everyone, welcome back to the videos. It is wonderful to have you here again as always. So today I'm back in the garage. This is about a week or two after Ethel hit the dyno. She put down 846 horsepower and I'm stoked with the outcome. I might not have been as excited in the dyno video, but I was just really tired. But yeah, I am happy with the result. It's great. It's always a good feeling when you can drive to where you're going, beat the shit out of it, and then drive back. So that being said, it didn't go without its complications. First, as you saw, I was under the impression that I'm pushing a head gasket. I'm still not convinced that I haven't, but editing a lot of that footage from that day, I did notice a lot of it was coming from under the radiator cap. And I couldn't pinpoint it on the day. I probably should have played back some of the camera footage and had a look. But I wasn't aware it was coming from there. If you see in this clip here, after the power run, you see a little bit of it smooshes its way out from underneath the top of the cap. Now, whether or not that is an issue because we're getting compression and or boost into the cooling system, or if it is just a problem because that radiator cap wasn't up to the task. It is the one that came with the radiator, but the radiator is an eBay special radiator, so I don't know how much faith I have in this thing. And it is just a 1.1 bar, which is supposed to be like a 1.5 bar from factory. Whether that's going to do anything, probably not. But yeah, I've got the new cap on there. Whether or not it's going to be an issue is, I don't know, something I'm going to have to work out. Another problem that I had, which I didn't even realize until a few days afterwards, I wasn't aware that I had this problem, but I went to take it for a drive, and when I arrived at the location, it was bubbling over in the overflow here. And I thought to myself, well, that can't be right. What's going on there? You know, I just had this thing on the dyno 3 days ago. I was beating the shit out of it, and it wasn't doing that on the dyno. Why is it doing it now? And I've just driven, I didn't even beat on it, it was just a leisurely drive 5-10 minutes away. And yeah, so anyway, I was racking my brain, trying to figure out what's going on with that, and it turned out a little bit of my thermofan wiring had also disintegrated itself. Another issue I had, the nitrous system. So yes, I ended up going and purchasing this kit from a friend of mine. He'd had it sitting around for a long time, and I was like, hey, do you want to sell that nitrous kit you got sitting there? And he did, and he gave me a good deal on that, so I'm really appreciative of that. But yeah, anyway, long story short, I got the dyno invite. I really wanted to go with the nitrous, so I quickly smashed it on late hours of the night before, half the reason why I didn't get much sleep. And I just did a piss poor job of putting it on there, and not only that, I just installed it incorrectly. So the physical hard lines themselves, like the braid, they're all good. There's nothing wrong with them. It was just the wiring side of things that I messed up. So that is my goal for today. I want to fix this here wiring, as well as try and get the speedo working. Yeah, so that's my goal for today. Try and install the wiring for the nitrous, as well as test it without the bottle, of course. It'll stay down there. Just make sure that the solenoid and relay is doing what it's supposed to be doing when I want it to be doing it. And I need to get my speedo working again. So amidst all of the chaos, I rated the speedo output to trigger off the solenoid. And I want to try and get it working again. Now I have wired that wire back into the ECU, but it still didn't seem to be working. So I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, while I was at the dyno, I did deactivate that trigger setting as the speedo. So I need to go back into the software and just double check on that. But yeah, I mean, apart from that, it's been great. Well, I haven't really been on it yet, so don't know how great it is. Another thing you guys might have picked up on is this guy sitting down here. So that is my Magnuson clutch delay or clutch release slipper valve thingy. I'm not going to do anything with that yet. I still have to get some lines made up, that's why it's here. I've just gone ahead and mounted it off camera quickly, just because, I don't know, I needed to do something. I've also gone and welded on this little guy. It's going to be my little cover. I haven't welded it all the way around because it's not doing anything, so I don't need to. You'll see more about that later. But yeah, that's my goal for today. Try and get the speedo working. Try and mount and test the nitrous system properly. Cover up some of those braids with some convoluted tubing. Yes, I have some up there. And next video you'll see me finish installing that guy. Hopefully I can get stuck into that on the weekend. But anyway, that's enough rambling and nonsense from me. I need to hook in and get some work done. So I think first things first, the easiest job for me might be plug the laptop in, power the car on, and just check that output on the ECU. If I haven't turned that off and it is still active as the speedo output, I'm going to have to start diving deeper and find out why it's not working anymore. So I'm going to do that. We'll get the car powered up, get the ECU. Yeah, so that's cool. Camera just shut off. That is exactly what happened. I had the speedo output disconnected and changed over to the nitrous one. So just changed it back. Cool. So now I just need to mount the switch. So that'll be off, on, off. Sweet. So I find nice easy spot to get to for wiring, and I'll change this up. So this switch, it's going to be just sending a ground signal to the ECU, and that'll be saying, hey, I want nitrous, and then from there, once it reaches certain parameters, it'll actually spray them off. So I need to change a little bit of this wiring around. I also need to make it a little more permanent. But yeah, switch. Yeah, well, I can't put it there. Could put it there. But then I might bump it there. Can't really put it there. There's too much crap. Fuck it, it's going there. Right there, looks like a pretty good spot. Like so. Onto that mess. So I reckon I'll mount the relay down here with a sneaky zip tie amongst this other wiring, and that'll keep that all nice and neat and hidden. Also put a little bit of convoluted tube over like this stuff. Again, that'll neaten it up a bit. Firstly though, I need to cut this. I'll reroute it out of the way, cover up any bits that are visible, and then I'll put another heat shrink terminal on this. Party. Alright, so go ahead and test this system out. It's going to be very hard for me to show you guys. Parameters are going to enable. Sorry, actually, first things first. Key the car on. We'll get the data from the EMU. It's the safest way. We'll go Nitrous on, analog input 3. Is our input? Yes, that is our input. The output activation of AUX 3. Okay, well that's a problem because that's the boost control. I will be back. Okay, so well, that explains why it was on a butt connector down there. Not a problem, I haven't done anything wrong, or I haven't messed up that butt connector, so I can just plug that back in. But I figured for the sake of this, I'll just test it using that. It does mean that I'm going to have to go and change my boost control solenoid, and I'll just turn it off to nothing for the time being. So we'll go back down, go down to here. We'll have 0 RPM. Oh, I don't want it at 1,000. It means I've got to start the car. Damn it. %, throttle, 90 kPa, about 1,000. We'll say 3% throttle. 10, really? Okay. 10% throttle. 10. 10. Why is that? Ah. 11. 10. Come on then. Ten. Okay, so I'm gonna have to start the car, which is gay, because that means it's gonna be really loud and I'm probably not gonna hear a thing. Yeah, can't hear shit. I knew that would happen. Okay, well, I can test the output, so I guess I'll just test the output. Nothing's happening. Oh. Helps if you have the ignition on, you dummy. Was that the solenoid? I don't know. Alright, so I just went out, hooked up the earth under there that I bloody forgot. So that was just the relay. At least I know the relay works. Now we'll see if we can hear any sort of noticeable difference when I push test again. That's the solenoid. Okay, cool. So the output's working. I just need to get the configuration right. Let's do it one more time. Yeah. I just need to get the configuration right. I need another output. I'm probably going to have to order input output expander box. It's a bit of a shame because I'm only going to need it for one output at the moment, unless I can come up with some other way of doing it. I don't think that there is. There was actually the idle stepper motor. So I have been thinking about taking the stepper motor off and just using ignition control, because the ignition control seems to make a pretty big difference with that throttle body on there at the moment. So then I can use one of those inputs outputs. That gives me 4 new outputs, and I can use one of them for that. I did get a can expander box, so the ECU will now have a can system. That also comes with 4 extra inputs, so I'm thinking of getting a back pressure sensor. That'll probably be about it, and getting the fuel pressure sensor working again. I think the sensor died because it was just a shitty eBay one, so I'll go ahead and look into doing that. I think I'm going to have to end this video off here. Alright, yeah, well, I think I'm going to have to end this video off here, guys. There's not a lot more I can do with that right now. One, it's getting very late. I still need to go get a shower, get ready for work in the morning, and 2, I'm going to have to have a bit of a ponder about how I want to go about fixing that. I think the more likely solution is I'll take the throttle body off, block up the idle air control, and then use the outputs for that. For the nitrous solenoid. I may even use that for the clutch slipper valve. But again, that'll probably be the next video that you guys will see from me. The throttle body and or the clutch slipper valve. So I'm happy with the way that has gone. It is now a lot more permanent than what it was before. I mean, not that you can see it, but I now have the switch for it down there. The wiring's a lot more sorted. There's still a bit of a rat's nest down there, but that just needs zip tying up and out of the way. Remount the ECU. Like I said, I got here. So I ordered this about a week or so ago because I knew I was going to be out of inputs, etc. So this is the ECU master. So this is the ECU master CAN expander box. It uses this serial port. It uses this serial port, I believe it is, to go here, and from there it talks to various other nodes. I think they're called nodes, modules. Through this, there's pins in there I can use. There's 4 extra inputs, power, ground, and CAN high and CAN low. And yeah, so that'll give me some inputs. So I need to wire that into the car. That will be a video of its own, along with probably that and whatever I come up with that. Or I'll probably group these two together if I get time to do both in the one day. I'm not sure how I'm going to go about blocking off the idle air control in that throttle body. I would like to do it in a way that's not permanent, i.e. welding the holes closed, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do it any other way. Might see if I can get a tap in there and tap and put a bung in it, but I'm not sure how well that's going to work. Anyway, that's where I'm going to leave it here tonight, guys. Thank you all for watching. Let me know what you think about the dyno video. Let me know if you have any suggestions about mounting that clutch slipper valve, because that is going to be a pain in the ass. Hopefully it's not going to make the pedal feel any different. It shouldn't. It's just hydraulics in, out, etc. And I'm looking forward to finally getting this nitrous to work. This has probably been one of the most difficult systems on the car that I've had to install. Everything else has been relatively straightforward. This one has been probably the most troublesome. But I'm getting through it. Seems to be working. Again, I just need to find myself an output. I might even just leave it in that one and then use the idle air control for my boost control system. Or what I probably should do is go and get one of those Turbo Smart True Boost. But they're very expensive, and I'd rather the ECU controlled it, because then it's all an enclosed system then. It also knows what it's doing and whatnot. Anyway, that's right, it'll data log it. That was the biggest reason why I like the ECU control it, because it has all the boost control data in the logs. Anyway, this has probably been a very long video, a lot of talking from me. Once again, I'm going to end it here. Thank you all for watching. Subscribe if you're new. Leave a comment down below. Please like the video. And don't forget to unleash the boost. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.